Britain's on the build, but how does this impact the environment? North Stowe, close to Cambridge, is a new development neighbouring the village of Longstanton. By 2040, North Stowe will have around 10,000 homes with shops, leisure parks and even its own town centre. But at what cost does building new towns have on existing residents nearby? In Longstanton, residents are coming together and crowdfunding legal challenges over the newly approved Phase 3 construction of North Stowe. They claim the previous development phases are responsible for environmental changes to the surrounding environment. Clive Hayden is a concerned local businessman who runs a fruit and vegetable farm in Longstanton. Each morning, Clive checks his crops and prepares to ration out his water. Clive has grown up in Longstanton and his family have farmed the land for 6 decades. But when he checks his well, he wonders how long can he keep going.
I've lost quite a few feet of water since the development started. It's a bad state of affairs now, and could possibly get a lot worse, and that's the worry of all that's going on.
Clive has witnessed and documented the environmental impact of the North Stowe development since it began and feels the groundwater has been manipulated and reduced.
Well, by reducing the groundwater levels, it's restricted my ability to extract water from the gravel seam now, whereas I could abstract sufficient during the summer months to keep my greenhouses watered. And initially, at the early years ago, we used to do double crops, so we'd have the first one through, but then we used to be planting up with the second crop. There's just no chance of that, and just not the water available now. So the little bit of water I have got, I keep for just growing from fruit and veg. So the main greenhouses stand empty, which would have the same crop of flowers through. So production-wise, they're down. It's halved. The worry now is with the impact we've already had and seen from the lowering of the water table. Any worsening of that in the long run, that would just basically finish me. There's just no future without the water from the well.
Has the development in North Stowe caused environmental damage to the surrounding area?
The impacts on the environment, some ponds in the village, they've dried up, no longer features at all. Trees are dying. Certainly on my property I've lost 30 odd trees, and I'm losing more on a yearly basis now. It's just having an impact on everything really. Long term, there's no telling what could happen.
When asked about water reduction in the area, Dr. Toomey Hawkins of South Cambridge Council said, during the Phase 1 works, the developers did remove water from the site as part of their initial construction works. At the time, the removal of the water did not require consent from the council or the Environmental Agency. The position has subsequently changed and consent would now be needed from the Environmental Agency to protect groundwater resources. The land developers told GBNews all necessary consents were obtained prior to work undertaken at North Stowe and water removed was retained locally. As the need for housing increases around the country, the environmental impact of mass construction is yet to be seen. Ed Crawford, GB News.